Hello everyone, sorry about that. We shouldn't have had that intro, it should have been with a lap attack, but there's been a small error on the proceedings of things, so that's an interesting fact. But 30 minutes ahead of us for the final practice session of the year, for the final qualifying of the year for F2. Amy's alongside me in the comms box. Cynthia's going to be back with us for FP2 and then the F2 races across this weekend. Omi, it's all to play for, isn't it? Vesti versus Borgier. They've only been out of the car 25 minutes before going in, of course, for the next one.
Yeah, absolutely, because they obviously had FP1 as well, an FP1 outing. So this is going to be absolutely brilliant. Final F2 qualifying of the year. F2 has been really, really close with their qualifying sessions. Let's hope it's a close one. And just for the champion, let's hope Pourchaire has a bit of a poor qualifying. Vesti has a really, really good one, because any hope of the championship, Vesti needs to have pole, second, something like that. He would definitely, if he's going to start at the front of the field, he definitely wants a pole to get those extra points. Every single point could help him. So it's going to be really, really crucial. He's going to need some bad luck from Pourchaire's side, and he's going to need one of his best performances of his career if he wants to take this title. So it's all to play for, and all of the other drivers, they're all looking quick. We have Maloney looking quick. Martin's looking quick. There's so many drivers who are in contention, so it's going to be a wide open session. Then we obviously have Paul Aron in there as well, and Franco Colapinto making their F2 debut going into their first qualifying session. So there's a lot. It's going to be a really interesting session with a lot of drivers in contention. So I cannot wait for this one to get underway.
All the cars are in the pit lane. We are all set to go. 30 minutes on the board. Track temperature is at 40.5 degrees. Air temperature 28.3. Wind speed 2.2 meters per second. 57% humidity. It's still light, so that's going to affect track conditions a little bit, but we're all set. Final qualifying for the F2 season here at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Get ready, here it comes as well. And first of all, we'll be gearing up for what will be a very interesting session. Gets underway at the top of the hour. We'll be hearing from Pourchaire and also Alex Jakes and Alex Brundle. Here it comes though. Here's qualifying. All set for the final part of qualifying for Formula 2 in 2023. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome along to Yas Island. For round 13, I'm looking for some, but for one, it will be lucky because it's either Pourchaire or Vesti with a chance at the title. Pourchaire could nab it here, simple as that. So we're going to be waiting 23 laps of the sprint race tomorrow, 33 laps feature race on Sunday here, 16 turns, elevation change at 10.23 meters, and it's going to be absolutely brilliant. A 30-minute session, a proper F2 qualifying coming up, all hell to break loose. Turn 5 back in 2021, Piastri versus Lawson, getting a bit out of shape. Maybe Hamilton and Verstappen could have done something similar. Same can be said down turn 6 and 7. Lawson again, but this time versus Vershaw. Driving through on the inside, Liam Lawson making a brilliant move. And down at turn 9 as well, which was an outside opportunity overtaking maneuver. Djokovic versus Jaruvula. Jaruvula on the inside, right round the outside. Djokovic holding it through, but it was a very close run between the two. Djokovic getting out ahead on the outside line. Well, alongside me in the commentary box is Omi once again. Green light goes on, Omi. We're underway for this qualifying session and only red flags can hold it. Fingers crossed we're going to be in for a calm run around.
Calm but exciting is what we want as well. We've been having a lot of chaotic F2 qualifying sessions. FT qualifying sessions in the last few rounds, obviously, which was ages ago, obviously, with the long break from Monza up till here in Yas Marina. So definitely, we're hoping for an exciting one, but also calm, so we're not getting constant red flags. And this is going to be absolutely phenomenal, as we're on board right now with Teo Porcher, who is going to be trying his best, but Frederik Vesti is going to be gunning for it. And today is where, if he wants to win the title this weekend, Vesti's charge has to start now, and Teo Porcher needs to have a bad weekend as well. But from what we've seen so far this season in Formula 2, it's definitely possible, as we've seen drivers retire from 3 feature races in a row. So anything is possible, and we'll see how it goes. Because if we do remember, even back to Zandvoort for Teo Porcher, sprint race, he got very, very lucky, actually, with the no points being awarded in the Zandvoort sprint race, if everyone remembers back to that one, where it was raining quite a bit, so we didn't get any points awarded. And Porcher actually had an issue, so had the race got underway, then it would have been great news for Frederik Vesti, who would have gained quite a lot more points as well. So, and then obviously in the feature race, he crashed out on cold tyres, but Vesti also had issues in that one. So there's been so many twists and turns in this season, so we'll see how it all ends now.
25 points separate them in the championship, so even better, it's going to be an interesting situation to see who's going to come out on top. Cars heading on the track as we hear from them. Let's hear from Alex Brundle and Alex Jakes.
That's what a Formula 2 car is, and it's made to discern the good from the great, and it's a totally different beast.
Let's hear from one of our championship contenders. Let's hear from a man who was out there in Formula 1 moments ago. It's Frederik Vesti. Wonder what sort of feeling he's got ahead of this.
Oh, I'm very excited. I've been excited for many weeks. It's been such a long break since Monza. Very strange feeling, actually, to be back. It almost feels like start to a new season, because it's been so long. But yeah, I've kept myself very fit, recovered well, and I'm very, very much ready to go for it this weekend.
Great to hear from Frederik Vesti. He might be 25 points back in the nearly went peak Suffolk there. 25 points back in the standings, but he's had his moment in FP1 in Formula 1. He had the 12th fastest car as well at the end of that session. He was 0.7 of a second away from George Russell, but now this is everything. He knows he's got to get that car inside the top 10 at the very least. He's looking to try and continue his strong form. He'll be looking for top 5 at the very least. But there's one driver ahead of him in the standings, the driver that Vesti is trying to beat. Teo Porcher is our points leader, with the driver that we're on board with at the moment, and the Frenchman has been giving us his thoughts ahead of this crucial half hour.
No, I'm not relaxed, to be honest. I just, stay focused on my job, as always. Even if I had, more than 30 points or 39 points gap with Vesti, I would still be not 100% relaxed and focused on the job I have to do. I'm here, I'm working a lot, I'm serious, and I will give my best. For me, it's another race weekend. It can be a very important one, but yeah, I'm just focused on the job I have to do.
How could he say anything else? But I imagine that these outlaps are slightly more nervy than many of the others so far this season, Alex.
Look at the differential between what Teo was saying before the weekend. It's just another race. If I win the championship, it could be nice. Now it's real, isn't it? He's been out, he's driven the car in free practice. All of a sudden it's like, okay, the nerves are starting to come. I'm really starting to feel this now. And it is these qualifying laps that are the most nerve-wracking, because they're on the soft tyre, because they probably only got a couple of shots at it, and they know how formative this session can be. This lap, very much a build lap for all involved. For those of you new to Formula 2, that's why you're not seeing the cars at full speed. They take a lap, because they're not allowed tyre warming of any kind, to build brake and tyre temperature before they go for their flying lap. Sometimes it's even 2 preparation laps for these young drivers, but it looks like they're queuing up now to start the first meaningful laps of the session.
They are indeed, and that's where we'll take over from Alex as well to hold back, and fingers crossed it's going to be a very interesting session. This is going to be absolutely chaotic as well. So what do you think, Omi? Who do you think is going to be on top?
It's going to be interesting to see, but we're about to find out our first runs coming in as well as Frederik Vesti brings the car down to turn number 1, and it's going to be he's fighting away with the wheel as well, but more faster laps will be coming after this one as well. But the driver's now pushing a tiny bit out there on the circuit. But yeah, Théo Pourchaire definitely going to be feeling the nerves. It's been 3 seasons now at the end of it. In his final race in Formula 2, he knows he can win this championship, so it's going to be one that is, he wants it to go easy and calm. But Frederik Vesti as well is also going to be trying to win his first championship since 2019, where he won the inaugural FRECA one there as well. So let's see if what is Frederik Vesti going to be able to do. And outsider is a Yuma Iwasa as well. So this is chaos.
Vesti snaps coming out of 6 and 7. Vesti's first sector was a 20.3. Looking at that for Pourchaire was a 20.2. So already Pourchaire's a 10th up on Vesti's time. Into the braking zone. Vesti's second sector is a 41.1. Pourchaire is a 41.0. So Pourchaire is already much, much faster, Omi. This could be brilliant when the situation runs. Oh, and he's locked up a little bit.
Yeah, Martins is going very well as the first few laps come in. It's Cordeel ahead of Stanek. Nissany has slotted himself into third. He got the front row last time in qualifying in Abu Dhabi. Iwasa to the top of the table, but we're going to see now Frederik Vesti making his way through to the final corner of this circuit. And now he's going to get on the power, making his way to the line, over the exit curb, goes to third only.
What about Pourchaire? He's right behind him, coming out of the last corner. Pourchaire exits the car and goes P7. He lost 7 tenths in that last sector. Martins, his teammate's fastest, Omi. 136.692.
Yeah, Victor Martins, we saw in practice he was looking very, very quick, and Théo Pourchaire must have lost some time as Fittipaldi goes into 8th ahead of his teammate Zayn Maloney. Verschoor goes 3rd, and now we're watching Jack Doohan as well to see what he is able to do. Correa goes into 10th, but yeah, Martins is looking absolutely rapid as Doohan is fighting away with the wheel as he now makes his way heading down to the final corner.
Takes it in. Personal best in sectors 1 and 2. As we see Cordeel go to 16th. Hauger goes 13th. Doohan goes 2nd. 136.920. Great time there from the Invictus Virtuosi of Jack Doohan. So it's ART fastest, but look at this. Falling down the order. Vesti's 7th and Pourchaire's down in 16th position. Ralph Boschung, who impressed so much at the Bahrain Grand Prix, he's up into 3rd place.
Yep, Behrman also getting a lap time deleted there as well. But yeah, both Campos, Boschung in 3rd, Maney in 4th, so they've all moved. Maloney's had his lap time deleted, but Théo Pourchaire on a lap that it looked like he was faster than Vesti, well, he's absolutely been thrown down the order, and that's what he cannot afford to happen this weekend.
Behrman too, I can't remember if you mentioned that as well, it's going too quickly. So Behrman and Maloney out of their times, but yeah, so they've gone down to a 2:16 on their fastest lap times. But an interesting first session then. And the first runs in this qualifying 30 minutes is Martins and Doohan from Boschung. 1, 2, 3. Let's hear from them.
I'm super excited to go racing again. 2 months and a half without racing, without having a steering wheel in my hand. So it's a bit long, but here we go again, last round of the season. It's been a tough one, but a really good one with up and downs, of course. But honestly, we did a pretty good season always. We had a mega pace, always having opportunities to win, to do podiums, to do pole position. So one last one to get another pole, another victory, and we will give everything to get all the titles for the team, for Théo and myself as a rookie, and maybe reaching P3 in the championship.
So that's the objective for Victor Martins, and he will go again. So he's the danger man. The peak performance has been set. There is a chance to push again, though, and that is exactly what we've got. Fastest sector so far for 3rd place man, and the only way he can still be a contender is if he takes the 2 points for pole. Yes, it's a long shot, but this is Formula 2. It ain't over till it's over, and Iwasa has been beaten in that first sector by one of 2 drivers ahead of him in the point standings. His name is Frederik Vesti. It's a 20.013 for Vesti through the first sector. Alex, it's mighty tight in in the first part of the lap.
It's mighty tight indeed. You've got a danger man in terms of Victor Martins, but in the other ART, you've got a man in danger. Théo Pourchaire, only 14th after that first flurry of laps, and will need to find something here to continue defending his championship in this session. Ayumu Iwasa looking to put in a lovely lap. Vesti very much making amends for what was a very nervy early effort.
Let's have a look at Iwasa then. He's 6th fastest at the moment. Does he go anywhere across the line, or he improves up to 3rd place, Omi? Vesti's improving.
Yeah, Doohan is also going very quickly in the first sector as well, but attention goes to Frederick Vesti as Leclerc goes 10, Nissany to 11, Martins is going well as well in the second sector, so Martins is looking really quick. Vesti is still fighting away with the wheel through these last few couple of corners. Doohan's going very well, so it's going to be interesting to see as Vesti now brings it to the last corner.
Vesti up towards the line. Is he faster or not? He goes into 4th with a 1:36.984. Still got Pourchaire down in 14th place. Victor Martins, who's fastest already, he's got a middle sector that's really improving. Pourchaire to 8th, 1:37.187. Martins, 1:36.351. A stellar lap time there. As up goes Zane Maloney into 8th position, but Victor Martins in top. Now goes Maloney for about the 8th, and Doohan snapping everywhere.
Yeah, Vachour goes into 2nd, so Doohan is still fighting away, but Martins, absolutely incredible lap. He's just finding the times right now as Hadjar goes into 8th. Now Doohan's going to be making his way through down to the final corner now as well. Maney's looking quick in the 2nd sector, but Martins finding the lap times right now. But let's see what Jack Doohan can do as he comes out of the last corner now, puts foot to the floor, all the way to the line. He improves to 2nd and is only half a tenth away.
What about Maney? Maney's across the line too, and he goes with 91. The top 3 separated by a 1/10 of a second. This is insanity. Go on.
This is incredible stuff. Sonic on the radio.
Something is loose in my car, like a radio or something.
Oh.
We will check when you stop after, at the end of the session, at the end of the run.
Interesting. So run 2 puts Martins, Doohan's, Maney 1, 2, 3. Vachour's 5/10 back. So those two have got 5/10 on the rest of the field. Stanek's going around again though, despite the fact there's a radio in the car.
Yeah, so he's completing this run properly, and then he's gonna come in as now we watch the Prema going off
That'll be Behrman.
the road. No, it'll be Behrman, yep.
Oh, just gets on the Astro.
The exit of 1. Yeah. Well, we're getting excited about this F2 session already.
Getting good, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's the gap between it? Yeah. As soon as this session's over, I have to go eat and get changed as well into sportswear. Cordial 50.
went off at 1.
Oh,
And it's
big.
Fittipaldi.
Yeah, Fittipaldi looking up big time. Right, let's pass it back over to Alex and Alex.
The top 10, he would start 13th for both races if it finished like this. Long way to go, couple of push laps still to come though by the end of the session.
This is where the moment can come, isn't it, for Théo Pourchaire, who finds himself outside of the reverse grid and outside of the points for then both races if he stays in that position, whereas Vesti would obviously benefit then from the reverse grid slightly and also be in the hunt in the feature race. So a very good position he's in. A green first sector as well for Fred Vesti. He looks to be going again here, 16 minutes on the clock, and it only takes something like this to flip the championship completely on its head, putting the pressure all on Théo Pourchaire in those final runs.
It would be thinned down to 2 drivers, so some going again, some returning to the pits, and let's see whether the 3rd push run yields any more improvement. I can tell you, personal best in Sector 1 for 4th place for sure. Vesti, Sector 1, very, very handy indeed. Sector 2, well, that looks good as well. For the driver who's all over the curbs there, giving the onboard camera a shake. There's less than a 1/10 of a second.
What do you think, Omi? He's backed off, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely backed off as well, but his teammate will continue pushing on. Well, Ollie Behrman just directly behind, and he's going to be making his way to the end of the lap. Here he is, the Ferrari Academy man, and looks like he's also going to bail out and come into the pit lane. And now final attention turns to Richard Vachour's down in the 2nd sector, but he might also decide to bail out as well. But yeah, Théo Pourchaire being put under massive pressure now, needed a calm weekend, and right now he looks like, as Vachour is gonna finish this lap, but right now Théo Pourchaire only in 14th as Vachour's about to come over the line.
Stays 4th, 4/10 down. Can't
Yeah,
find
so
anything
improvement of time
different.
but not position for
Yeah.
sure.
So, session really much in its halfway infancy, and we're all doing our first runs. Back to
Up
Alex
in
and
fourth
Alex.
position in the session at the moment.
Yeah, improved his time, but not his position. So that attempt to go again, not paying off, but a great lap time for the driver who was a sensational winner in Austria earlier this year. Looking down there at Trident, and the big headline is the championship leader is down in 14th position. That would be 14th for both races if it stays how it is. Secondary headline, I would say, is this story. Oliver Bearman unable to find a clean lap at the moment. This is turn 9. There's a correction. There's a lockup. There's more time fading away.
Car moving around on the way in on the brakes, almost pitching forward too much as he presses that brake pedal and getting light over the rear tyres. He's one of a few drivers who have lost various different laps. Aaron's lost 2 laps, Cordeil's lost 1, Boschong's lost 1. So there are drivers out there losing very competitive lap times to track limits, specifically through the exit of turn 1 and the final corner, turn 16.
Well, it's fascinatingly poised at the moment. Alex, you'll have been in this situation as a driver when you know that you need a lap, when the pressure's on. Do you go to process? Do you feed off the nerves? What's the mindset?
I used to drive the final few corners of the build lap like they were the first 2 corners of the push lap, to try to take away that moment where you go screaming down to turn 1 and you try and absolve yourself of the pressure of that first braking point. It's all about mind management at that stage. You've got to try to build into the lap almost and forget when the lap begins.
Great insight from Alex Brundle there. Studying in the car at the moment is Ayumu Iwasa, 5th fastest. Before the session, he told us his thoughts about qualifying.
Yeah, it's quite difficult for quali because it's high temperature and track is quite sensitive with summer especially. So especially sector 3 is quite difficult. So yeah, we need to manage it well enough. But you know, we have some good data even before my quali. So yeah, we try to analyze it well enough and prepare as well. So I think yeah, we have a good difference. Just we need to do it again. But that is, you know, very difficulties of this F2 category. Yeah.
Difficulty was the word, but the smile on his face tells you how rewarding it is if you can get it right. And he's got a pole position earlier this year back in Australia. He needs one right now. He had one here last year with this team, with this circuit. He needs one to continue on being a mathematical championship contender. We'll keep telling him that until he no longer is. Here's the man trying to finish top rookie. This would go a long way to do it because his main contender for that top rookie title is currently down in 17th, Alex.
Only 1 point between them in the championship standings. Martins appears to have stolen the march at the moment, but we do know Oliver Bearman can pull out a lap at the end of a session like this. So many sessions for Bearman, we've seen that. A little bit messy, a little bit scruffy earlier on, and then when he gets it together, he can be ballistically fast, as can Victor Martins, who has had an absolutely stellar season behind the wheel of that Alpine liveried car. And the field then all waiting for the best track conditions here. Track temperature 39.6 degrees, air temperature 28.6. It's always interesting with Formula 2. We've obviously just had F1, FP1. So sometimes the grip from the F1 rubber laid down yields the best performance. Sometimes the track temperature dropping away yields a better performance.
Well, this is the Prema team and the Prema driver. Frederic Vesti is the driver. The man in charge of this operation that's been so successful is René Rosin, and he's been telling us about how to maximize things.
We need to take this weekend the same as the others, trying to maximize every single moment, every single time we are on track to do our best job, and at the end the result will come. If we are able to maximize everything, getting round on quali on a good performance and then a two solid race at the end, we have the chance to win the championship. It will be a tough competition. Theo did a great season, very regular, always on point, and then of course at the end the best will win.
Simple as that. Well summarized for a driver. manager of drivers who has taken so many through into the upper echelons of motor racing. ART going into this session, 322 points on the board. They're hoping to close out a team championship, which would mean so much. Prema are on 296 in second place. Prema have won 9 races this year, 2 victories for ART, but their consistency has been very, very strong. Victor Martins is car number 6. He's the driver for them all to beat. Car number 5, his teammate directly behind is Théo Pourchaire, and Pourchaire will be hoping that in a few moments' time, in a few minutes' time, he's able at the very least, to get himself into the top 10. Because Alex, in the middle of the pack, at a racetrack where in the second tier in the past, we've had red flags on the opening lap due to a driver at the front causing a pack accident that's gone all the way through. You do not want to be closing out a championship when you've got to start in 14th.
No, Formula 2 in general is not a good place to start mid-pack. Which is, I think, a quote we can roll out anywhere. But the reality is that you put yourself in the position to lose a front wing, and even if you only do lose a front wing, that's it. Finish. You lose a significant amount of points to your championship rival, and then you're under pressure moving into feature race day when anything can happen. Théo Pourchaire needs to put himself at least up inside the top 6 here, preferably higher, to be well out of danger and in that front-running hunt throughout the weekend.
We're on to the second build lap. We'll then have a push lap, a call lap, and a final answer for you in this, the last qualifying half hour of the season. We're going to reverse the top 10 to set the order for our sprint race. We're going to line them up how they qualify in 8 minutes time for the feature. 23 laps for the sprint, 33 laps for the feature, and we find ourselves going through the motions and warming up here. Let's have another check-in then with our contenders as we move into the final parts of qualifying.
Théo Pourchaire making his way down that back straight. He's got a lot of traffic ahead of him. A nice little gap, though. Important not to get too greedy with your gaps, otherwise someone else will come from behind and steal it from you. 22 cars out on the racetrack. There's not a lot of space to choose from, especially when they're all on a very similar run plan. I didn't see anyone out there running in the gap, so Théo Pourchaire's got to find his spot.
He does. Let's hear from his team principal, Sébastien Philippe, talking about his confidence coming into this final round.
Very excited for sure. We have been waiting this moment for 2 months, so very happy to be here. Very happy at least to finish this championship now. So
whoa! Pourchaire didn't get taken out.
Confident, but for sure we need to make a good weekend to hopefully finish on a good note.
And Pourchaire was getting taken out by Richard Verschoor. What was going on there?
That was scary.
Completely just shut the door on him. There's Iwasa. That took a long time to get that camera angle. He's in the last corner. But that was ridiculous, Omi. He just came out of the corner and then just bang right to the side of him.
Yeah, that was absolutely scary as well. Stuff there, but Yuma Iwasa now pushes on as he makes his way through turn number 1. He's using the exit curve on the outside of 1, and he's going to continue pushing on then on this lap as he hopes for a good first sector as well, with 6 minutes, just over 6 minutes and 30 seconds to go, and he's up by 0.2 of a second. So fastest first sector by Yuma Iwasa, who will continue to push always to turn number 5. Don't be too late on the brakes, because then you've got to get a good exit all the way down towards turn number 6. Pourchaire is up as well, but the track improvement, the track is improving like crazy, so everyone will be up. It's going to be that you're going to have to find improvements at the right time. But Yuma Iwasa, the pole sitter from last year and also the race winner of the feature race, beating home the Formula 2 champion from last year, was absolutely phenomenal, and he's going to try and do it, and he's going to try and win once again here at Abu Dhabi, and he needs to do so if he wants any hope of the championship. He's heading down to turn number 9, and you can't really use too much of the outside curb. Not enough downforce in these Formula 2 cars to be able to do it, so you just want to get the steering, get the car rotated, and now we're going to be making our way down towards turn number 11. A big braking challenge in these Formula 2 cars. Get it slowed down, doesn't lock up, and then it's all about the traction now out of these next few couple of corners of 13, 14. Maloney's going quickly in the second sector as well, and then Iwasa now gets on the power, gets really close to the wall, and now to the final few corners. It's widened through the circuit, the changes that we had in 2021, and Iwasa now makes his way to the final corner to the line.
And Iwasa, 5th fastest, improves to pole position with a 136.085. Maloney goes up to 2nd, 136.141. Hauger goes 6th. Here comes Theo Pourchaire, championship leader. Can he improve from 15th only to 7th? A 136.475. Fittipaldi goes into 8th. Martins is 3rd at the moment. He's across the line. Paul Aron goes 20th. Martins 2nd. 8 thousandths the gap between them. Verschoor to 5th. And across the line then at the back comes Hadjar goes 9th. Vesti still in 12th place, now down to 13th. But what a time there as Pourchaire now gets ahead. It's tables reverse only on second run.
Yeah, absolutely. Ayumu Iwasa now is at the front of the field, and it's even closer between the top 3 as Correa goes into 11th. We're currently focused, though, on Jack Doohan as he makes his way through the last few corners. Now our attention goes to Frederick Vesti, who brings it down to the final corner of this circuit on a lap. Let's see what he can do. Currently in 15th as he comes over the line, goes to 8th only. Only 8th ahead of his championship rival. Doohan's going quickly in the first sector.
But would that be reverse pole as we get Doohan on top 135.703? Is that going to be Vesti on reverse grid pole, or is it Boschong on the top 10? Which one is it? I can't quite remember.
It's 10. It's 10.
It's 10. So it's Boschong on reverse grid pole for the sprint race tomorrow. Doohan on pole again. Maney 2nd. And that gap now 0.2 of a second. Where did Doohan's lap time come from? 135.703 compared to Maney's 135.976. And this was earlier on with Pourchaire nearly getting taken out by Verschoor.
That would have been the Trident, so not Verschoor.
Ah, so it's not Verschoor. It's Paul Aron, I believe.
10.
What the is it doing?
Look like Verschoor on board, but is it? Yeah, is it? Who is it? Yeah, it's Paul Aron of the 21. So it was Paul Aron.
Yeah, with Martins there as well in that little group. This was Behrman down to Tarbon. We saw a bit of him earlier on. He's just not being able to find the lap, is he? Lock up and off down the first corner. But now let's see if he's going to be able to provide a special ride at the end as Joshua Mason battling away with the car.
Twitching again. Little Owl, by the way, says, well, hello, everyone. Hello. Iwasa, of course, is going to be leaving at the end of the season to race the Super Formula with Team Mugen. Yeah. Vesti got on that curb a lot, and that cost him a lot of time, and he got held up by Mason ahead of him.
Yeah, he absolutely did. So now this is going to be really exciting. We've got Doohan and Mania. I did say Doohan goes very nicely around this circuit as well earlier on. He is going very nicely. Iwasa, though, is going fastest of all in the first sector. Track continuing to improve. So Ayumu Iwasa once again is going to try to take it away. We've got a fantastic battle for pole position here. And also keep an eye mostly on the championship contenders of who's going to be on reverse grid pole. Pourchaire would at least like to be on reverse grid pole as well. But Vesti, I think, will definitely be gunning for that feature race pole as well with those extra points, and also feature races where you score most of the points, so you'll definitely need that. But Pourchaire minimum at least has to be in the top 10 as Hadjar gets his lap time deleted.
And that puts Nazani up into 11th position as well. Iwasa's 2/10 down in that middle sector. Maloney's only 57 thousandths off, so we're going to get another run. Maloney purple, finding the time and finding deltas. Iwasa twitching everywhere, coming into turn 11 and 12 into the Hotel Yaz section as well. And gets it done very nicely at the exit. Now, up to the line. I don't think there'll still be an improvement here from Iwasa.
Yeah, we'll see as he makes his way now through the final corner of turn 16. Now gets on the power, makes his way all the way to the line, and there's no improvement. Maloney in the background as well will be coming over the line. He goes third.
136.065. Hauger goes 6th. 136.162. Here's Pourchaire. Slow first sector. Personal best in the second. Is he quicker across the line? Only for 8th. A 136.437. Now it's to 9th as Fittipaldi is 7th. But Pourchaire might like that because he'll start. He might get to push down to 10th and take pole.
Vesti needs a lap. Verschoor goes 7th. Martin's in second position right now at the
He's
moment.
done it!
Hadjar goes as well.
And as it stands, Pourchaire's on pole position for the feature race. Oh, Nazani! And now Correa! Oh, it's all changing. It's all going wrong. Where's Vesti? On the timing tower, he's down in 15th. Leclerc goes 12th. Yeah. And Behrman's got a black and white flag for track limits. So it's Pourchaire 13th, Vesti 15th. 16th. Oh, no! Vesti's on course. They're all trying to gap that time for feature race pole, where the most points come in. Doohan's about to go faster. He's on board now, coming out the last corner. Behrman goes 17th. Doohan across the line improves to a 135.567. And he's got provisional pole by 0.2 of a second. Maney stays third. I don't think we're going to see an improvement, Omi, from Pourchaire or from Verschoor. Sorry, Vesti. Checkered flag.
Absolutely. Yeah, so definitely looking interesting. Pourchaire's going to be 14th. Vesti's going to be second for tomorrow as it stands. And Fittipaldi will be on pole. Took his maiden victory at Spa earlier on this year. And he's going to have another chance, but he's going to have Frederick Vesti alongside him on the front row provisionally. But if there's any penalties that come in, it could easily change. But Jack Doohan is on pole.
That's it. Everyone Pourchaire's confirmed in 14th place. He's crossed the line. So Pourchaire starts 14th. Vesti starts 9th for the feature race on Sunday. But for the sprint race tomorrow, it's Vesti starting second. Fittipaldi has pole position for the sprint race. And this championship has turned on its head once again. We've been waiting 3 months and it's changed again.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh.
So Pourchaire Martins and Aaron noted for causing a collision. So those are the two drivers we saw earlier on with all of the drama there. So it won't be anything for really for Pourchaire. It's just about his rivals, really. Paul Leron and Victor Martins, who is second.
What a run we are going to have. Literally, yellow flag sector 2, that's because everyone's going back into the pit lane. What a run. I cannot wait for this. Let's see if we can do it now. Pass over to Jakes.
We are both. Yes. Yes, boys! Going to finish.
Yeah, also I'm hearing apparently
That's
Pourchaire
his
might have
last
a lap time
Formula 2.
deleted as well.
And he takes 2 points for it as well. 13th in FP1 for Alpine, and in Alpine colours for Virtuosi, Invicta Virtuosi. It's the Doohan family who are smiling. Mick and Jack high-fiving, you would imagine, in a few moments' time. Oliver Bearman having a real struggle session and dancing it into the wall as well.
That was incredibly close, Omi. He hit the wall again.
Yeah.
At Latifi.
Yeah, absolutely. But Jack Doohan has got it, and apparently Pourchaire might have had a lap time deleted at the same time, which has also dropped him, which also aided him
hang
dropping
on.
down
What's
to
Doohan
14th.
done? Doohan's taken the flag twice.
Oh,
What are they thinking?
and being followed by Boschong as well.
Yeah. What's going on there? That's a bit weird.
Bearman, a substandard day by his lofty standards for him in a Formula 2 car.
Well, what a session. Doohan
They're
doing
going
it again.
straight. The feeder
As
sees pit
he
lane,
has
or-
proved in the second half of the season that he is super impressive behind the wheel. That's his second pole position of the season, to go with the one that he scored in Hungary.
Here's the results then. It's Jack Doohan on pole from Victor Martins in second. Kushmaini takes third. Fourth for Zane Maloney, Mawasa, Dennis Hauger, Richard Verschoor, Isaac Hadjar, Frederick Vesti and Enzo Fittipaldi in the top 10. One Manuel Correa from Roy Lozani, Arthur Leclerc, Theo Pourchaire, Roman Stanek, Ralph Boschong, Oliver Bearman and Will Cordial, Jack Crawford, Franco Colapinto, Paul Leron and Joshua Mason. Omi, what did you make of that session then?
Absolutely. Incredible stuff. What a qualifying session. The energy all throughout was there. So many different things to keep an eye on, and it was absolutely phenomenal. So we have been treated to a great session. Cannot wait. I cannot wait for the sprint to get underway tomorrow with Enzo Fittipaldi leading, with Vesti as well in there. Pourchaire in 14th. Vesti will need to win tomorrow, and then also in the feature race, hope there is some drama to get back to the front. This is going to be absolutely phenomenal. Formula 2 is set for a brilliant weekend. The sprint and the feature race, I cannot wait.
Join us for all the action tomorrow then for Formula 2. Coming up today, we've got FP2 for both Formula 1 and MotoGP. We'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.